In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can receive more abundance in 3 simple steps. These are 3 things that you really want to understand to start attracting more abundance into your life, to feel more abundant, to feel more expansive and open and receive the things that your soul really wants to receive. So if that sounds like something that you are interested in, then enjoy. And before we jump straight into this video, I just want to say thank you so much for your support. I am at the moment trying to reach the goal of meeting 1,000 subscribers. So if you would like to support the journey, then please do subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and jump into the conversation in the comments if you feel like there's anything that you want to input. Okay, I have an idea. Maybe we should do a little prayer together before we jump into this video, just to shift you into a state of abundance as you watch this video. So I just invite you to close down your eyes and really take in the words that I'm going to say. So thank you, God, Source, Universe, for helping me to stay in alignment with universal love, helping me to stay grounded in presence throughout the whole day. Thank you for allowing me to really see the opportunities in my life, to open me up to receiving anything that is aligned for me in my soul path and that is also in alignment with your will. Thank you so much, God. I release any attachment to outcomes, to any beliefs of lack. I release anything that is holding me back from receiving what my soul truly needs in this moment. And I also open myself up to being of service. Please show me how I can be of service. Please show me how I can receive and be a receptive being so that I don't miss anything that is meant for me. Thank you so much. I love a prayer, guys. Prayers are so powerful. And I really do think that it's important that we understand, first of all, this is the first step to receiving more abundance, is that everything starts in the mind. And in the Course of Miracles, it says that the mind is the cause of everything. So if you think about cause and effect, the root, the cause, where our seeds are sown is in the mind. And so when we start to shift our mind, when we start to really shift the way we're thinking about things, how we perceive things, that's when our life truly begins to change. We are also, by the way, going through these ebbs and flows constantly. And this is something that I have noticed throughout my spiritual journey, is that from the beginning, I have been in these cycles of going in and out of unconsciousness. And when I go into unconsciousness, I usually learn something. Something is being released. Something is being brought up to the surface. And it's a block that is stopping me from really accessing my true divine potential. And so when we can start to remember that everything starts in the mind, then we can become more aware of the things that we are attached to. And so I really want to explain to you the second step to receiving more abundance, and that is to understand this, that you can be abundant on 2 different levels. Maybe there's more, but this is what came to me for this video anyway. We have the spiritual abundance and then we have material abundance. And so you imagine, right, there are people out there that have everything that they need in a material aspect. They might have multiple houses, they have all the cars that they need, they have all the money that they need, and for some reason they're still feeling that emptiness inside. They're still feeling like they are in lack, or they are grasping to get more. They need more money. They just never feel fulfilled. And so that means that they are in a state of spiritual lack. And so in this video, I really want to hone in on that state of consciousness, the state of consciousness of being in abundance. Because as I said in the first step, everything starts in the mind. So if you can do one thing to open yourself up to more abundance, it is to shift your mindset into a state of abundance. And I'm going to explain to you in this video how you can do that. So this takes me to step number 3, and this is where I'm really going to explain to you the different states of consciousness. When it comes to being in a state of consciousness of abundance, we are in a state of consciousness of receiving. Whereas if we are in a state of consciousness of lack, then we are in a state of consciousness of taking. You can choose to change these titles, like taking for lack or receiving for abundance is really the same thing. But I just want to explain to you how it would feel to be in this lack, this taking vibration. And so everything is going to feel forced. Like you maybe feel stuck and like you're trying to force and grasp things to change. I remember like this can also be spanned over to many different experiences in life. It's not just about finances and getting money and jobs and opportunities. It can also be in relationships. Like let's say that I am coming to a relationship in this state of taking. And so what would happen is that I might be trying to force things to happen. Like maybe they're not texting me when I want them to, and it's triggering some low self-esteem. So what I'm doing is I'm in this state where I'm like, I need them to text me now to make me feel good, to fill this empty space. That is when you're in this vibration, okay? You're also going to be in this feeling of validation seeking. You need other people, you need external things to make you feel good about yourself, to make you feel like you're enough. Or you might feel desperate. You might feel like you just need something right now. Like this is how we also get into addictive patterns, because we're so desperate to fill an empty, to fill this empty space inside of us, which is really just, it can be rectified by going into this state of receiving. It's all that's happening is in the mind. Everything that we are experiencing is happening through our mind. And so when we're in this experience of taking, we are feeling like we're in this never-ending loop of emptiness and we never feel fulfilled. As I said, it's very addictive. It comes from a state of fear. What's happening on a psychological, in a mindset sense, is that we are believing these fear-based thoughts like, I'm not pretty enough, I am not rich enough, I need more money, I need this car to feel enough. And this also serves to keep you in an illusion of separation. It keeps us in this illusion of separation from one another spiritually, and it can be very draining. It can really feel so draining. So as I explained to you this state of consciousness, you can really feel into what this vibration would be like, how it would feel to be in this state of consciousness. And I'm sure you've been there. I think we've all been there. We've all been there so many times. And maybe you are in this state right now. And so what I want to do in this video is help you to shift into a state of receiving. And sometimes all that takes is a little bit of awareness to know, okay, I'm in this state where I am focusing on these beliefs of fear, of lack, of trying to force things to happen. And this is coming from a fear, a deep down rooted fear that something is lacking in my life. And so becoming aware of that, maybe you could ask yourself questions. Ask yourself, where is this coming from? Why am I feeling like this? Really get to the root of it. And then we're going to shift into that receiving state of consciousness. And so to be in a receiving state of consciousness, what it would feel like is that an openness to what is flowing in. So instead of trying to force things to happen, we are open to the opportunities that are actually coming into us. That doesn't mean, by the way, that we're not going to act in a way that opens up opportunities. I find that when I'm in a receiving state of consciousness, I am more likely to put little things out there, like, for example, go to an event and then open myself up to whatever is going to happen at that event. Who am I going to meet? I'm setting the intentions of meeting new people, of connecting with new people, and then I'm opening myself up to these things. Whereas if I was in this, like, feeling desperate, feeling really like I need validation, I might just sit at home like I've got low self-esteem, and I might not even open myself up to going to these events. Right? So when we shift into a different state of consciousness, into a higher vibrational state of consciousness, we are more likely to make decisions that are in line with our higher self. And so really being present. So another thing that is a sign that you are in a state of receiving is that you are present. And at any time we can bring ourselves into presence and really feeling into our bodies. This is like One of the best ways, guys, that you can become present and aware of what's going on in your internal guidance system. Bringing your attention into your hands is a good one, because hands are really sensitive. And so if you have trouble really feeling into your energy system throughout your whole body, start with your hands or your feet or your lips or your vagina, your penis. I know that they have like more, what's it called? What's the word? Sensors, I guess. So you could choose those areas and see how it feels for you. And then maybe you can start working throughout your body. Being present to any of your senses is going to help. So really bringing your attention to the sounds, the smells, any feeling that you have in your body. And so that's going to bring you into a state of receiving. When we are in a state of receiving, we are rooted in the belief of abundance. So we start to perceive things as abundance. And so when we start to perceive abundance, we start to attract more abundance, because the universe is always reflecting back to us what we are, the energy that we are giving off through our energy field. Everything's a mirror, basically. So we are really being shown what it is that's internal. And so when we start to be more grateful, as I wrote down on here in the receiving column, is that we are in this state of gratitude and we are noticing opportunities. We are noticing the little things that if we were in a state of taking and if we were in a state of lack, we probably wouldn't even have noticed them as abundant. It was literally just last week where I went into this spiral of feeling like I was in this really lack state of mind, because I was having these thoughts like, I'm not where I want to be in life. Things aren't working out how I want them to. And so I wasn't even noticing the things that I was so abundant with. Like, for example, just having a place to live, having warmth, having clothes. These things I was just taking for granted. I wasn't even being grateful for them in that moment. And when I became aware of that, I really started to work on my gratitude practices. And this is like a practice that can go out the window so easily. I can so easily just think, oh, I don't need to do that. And then it's only when I've started to spiral that I'm like, oh shit, I need to do my gratitude practices. And then I write down like a whole page of what I'm grateful for, whether it's the warmth of the sun or just like being able to spend time with my dog, or, you know, little things, breathing in fresh air, having a body that works and being able to feel whatever is going on in my body. Any little thing, you know, that I'm truly grateful for is going to help me to start noticing other things. Because what happens as well, when we write down the things that we are grateful for, it tunes you into this state of consciousness where your mind is going to start looking for other things that it is grateful for. And then that's when we start noticing opportunities as well, because we're like, oh, this is cool. Like, I wouldn't have noticed this if I was in such a low vibration. Also, if I was in a low vibration, I may not have attracted it, you know? So interesting, don't you think? So when we're in a state of receiving, we are also in this state of when we're in the state of receiving, we are also in alignment with universal love. And it's so replenishing when we are in this dance of giving and receiving. Giving and receiving are two sides of the same coin. It's like the breath in and the breath out. It's ever connected. And it really does serve the whole. It serves the whole collective when we are able to receive and give, and from this really true, pure place of being in alignment with universal love and universal infinite abundance. Do you see how different those two states of consciousness are? Let me know in the comments. And if there's anything else that you would add to those lists, let me know. So, you know, someone else might get something from your experience. Let me know. And yeah, I hope this video has helped you to shift a little bit. One tip I would give you is to pray, write down what you're grateful for. And I always write down my prayers. I absolutely love to pray. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you did get any value from it, just a little reminder again, I am trying to meet 1,000 subscribers, so if you'd like to support me along that journey, then please do hit the subscribe button and make sure you notify yourself. Hit the notification button, I mean, so that you can get notified and not miss any other videos. Oh my god, it's such a mouthful, but have a beautiful, beautiful day. May you open yourself up to receiving the amazing abundance of this earth, of this universe, and may you be in a state of love. That's all I wish for you. And yeah, have a beautiful day. Peace. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. I said that twice, but goodbye.